Oh no. Bitcoin has broken the 200-day and closed below the 200-day moving average. And this is, of course, everybody's line in the sand for where Bitcoin starts to go bearish. Well, in today's video, we are going to have a look at all the fine-tuned details as to why Bitcoin has been dropping, as I have been mentioning on my videos throughout this week. And today is Sunday. I'm doing this crazy video for you guys. There's a lot of powerful, impactful information. As you can see, I've got plenty of links open up for here, ready for you guys. So welcome back to the Crypto Bliss Show. Thank you for being here with me today, and really appreciate every single one of my beautiful subscribers. We are growing this channel tremendously so. Today, I am going to be attending to all of my comments. So every single one of you will finally have some sort of beautiful response. So thank you for your patience. I really do appreciate that. It has been a very, very, very wild week for me. Trying to get through so many things. But let's not waste any time, guys. So you already know that Bitcoin currently is below the 200-day moving average. But I want to have a look at the volatility index before I start anything, all right? So the volatility index on the RSI plus your stochastic RSI over here have also both pulled back up with a huge bottoming pattern happening right here, as well as a double bottom on this volatility index right here. So we are currently pumping very, very nicely over to the top side here. On the shorter time frame, which is the daily, I think we'll at least try to make some sort of pump back up to this region between the 50 and the 200 on this volatility index. But with Bitcoin sitting at, in fact, before I finish that one, you can go and have a look here on the weekly time frame, okay, on this volatility index. I need to show you something so critically important right here, right now, because without me showing you this, you may not understand the rest of this video, okay? So this red line here is pretty much the 0 point on the volatility index. Now you can see we haven't ever hit the 0 point, but we are currently the closest to it that we have ever been, okay? With the 50 being very, very much putting the pressure on the downside. But for me, as you can see, this is on the weekly time frame. There is huge resistance coming in at this level, which ironically aligns perfectly with my green circle over here. And that is between the 50 and the 200 with a very, very strong horizontal support level. And if we do get there, of course, that is the downward sloping resistance level as well. So for me, we could do something like this on the volatility, kind of do something like this, and then maybe we would have a huge breakout of this volume, and maybe we push back up to around the 139 level of volatility. At that point, I would probably sell the shit out of my cryptocurrency because volatility will drop hard back once it has done something like that, guys. I don't know. I'm not a genie in a bottle, but that's just what, from a technical analysis perspective, looks like it's going to happen, because right now we're very oversold, very oversold. Time for us to make a good strong pullback up. Now, with that being said, on the higher time frame, you can go and see the Bitcoin. This one was meant to be another Bitcoin chart. So Bitcoin, okay, which was this one for us, because that one I drew. But I just want to go and quickly show you right now on my beautiful, beautiful chart that I use on the daily for us. You guys can see where we're at. We've touched the 200. Here's the daily. We're under the 200 now. We're closing below it. But now let's go and have a look at this chart that I've previously drawn for you. That's a lot cleaner for you guys to look at and see. Okay, so right now, as you can see on the daily time frame, we have pulled below the 200. We have closed on the these are Hakanashi candles. I like to use the Hakanashis. They are my favorite without a doubt. This is telling us that volume is now slowing down on the selling pressure. Guess what? We tapped this box literally to the dollar, okay? We didn't break the low that we hit here. And ironically, if I probably had to pull this line down a little bit, it almost looks like we're retesting that kind of zone, okay? So for me, right now, what I just want to say to you is that if Bitcoin had to continue its momentum to the downside, which for me personally doesn't seem very likely at this point, because this was a flush out and liquidations took place. And if you guys don't remember what I said to you guys on my video here and here, I said that there were huge liquidations that were busy taking place on this chart, which on Bitcoin, which for me tells me that you know, long traders were being liquidated. That's why there was huge liquidation, plus because the volatility was low. And when there is low volatility, then what happens is that massive moves can come in, and we'll go and have a look at that in a little moment from our beautiful Mr. Gareth Soloway. Okay, so Gareth Soloway says here, Bitcoin flushed through 28K with so little volume. Stopped triggering can cause an outsized move or a flash crash. Okay, pretty simple. I'm not going to read everything else here, but pretty simple stuff. We'll go and have a look at the technical analysis on the chart in now while we are here. So first of all, we had this cross over here. This is basically a golden cross because the 50 is crossing over the 200 on the daily. Okay, now I want to show you something. Okay, I've drawn in this line for you here right now. Okay, for me, this is my personal line in the sand, and this is of course no financial advice. And for me, that would end up being in this beautiful green circle right here. I don't believe we're going to go further down than this circle, but if we do, okay, I need to make very, very, very clear to you guys that this will be the next line. Okay, boom, that's 17K level. All right, then if we end up breaking this 15.6K level, guys, then we are going to go down to the 9K to 10K level that I was previously speaking about. However, do I believe that's going to happen? Right now, I don't believe it, but I do need to point out to you two things, right? We previously have had, this is a head and shoulders pattern, shoulders, head, shoulders, okay? We have spoken about that previously. However, also, what we are seeing here right now is a very, very, very powerful kind of a double top pattern as well. And that's also not very good because double top patterns tend to bring us a little bit more bearish. Now, I just want to show you something. That if we break this purple box, okay, that will probably be us starting the break of this M pattern. Now, if we start to break that M pattern, then the target is all the way down here at actually the 19,000 level, guys. It's huge. It's a massive drop. Okay, but with that being said, huge support right here. All of this is massive support. Okay, now on top of it, we have huge support, upward sloping resistance level here, which could create a new higher low. Okay, and we could come down to here, although it would break this low, which would not be healthy. If we break this low, that is not healthy at all, guys. So I just want you to be very aware of these factors. Now, the one thing that I need to show you, very, very, very importantly so, is that not only is the stochastic RSI, okay, I'm going to open this up right now. Not only is the stochastic RSI one of the very, very most oversold that we have had it in a very long time, okay, and that's the level that I would like to see it come back above, okay. Of course, it could trade something like this, it could do something like this before it does anything like that, but look at the time frame that it actually takes to happen. So it's more than likely that it starts to do something like this, and then a huge spike up, and then kind of a pullback. Who knows what could happen up there while we are waiting for this move to unfold. Now, with that being said, okay, let us go and have a look at our RSI indicator. Okay, boom. All right, we can see here that this was very, very oversold, and this, overbought, and this is very, very oversold territory. Now, what happens in the oversold territories is, guess what? Boom, you have massive rallies. Boom, you have massive rallies. Okay, boom. What do you think is going to happen to us here right now, guys? We are going to have some sort of buy signal strength coming into this chart. Now, all right, let's go and have a look at where that was, okay? Because the whale started basically selling a little bit, and they are selling some now. Now, you can see that the last time we had that green was very, very long time ago, okay? That green was over here, all right, all the way at the top over here, which points out to me that this is a huge area for selling pressure. Now, if we go and look at the downside, the last time we had this buying action on the downside was over here, all right, which told us that this would be the huge rally and the huge pump. So the market is a little bit confused, especially with the current fear and greed index sitting at 37. Once again, today, it is a big drop. Okay, the crypto bubbles are also doing the same thing. And guys, remember, when I show you my crypto bubbles, these specific crypto bubbles, the top 100, these are against the BTC pairs because we want to make Bitcoin with our crypto. That's what the point of this is to make more Bitcoin and Ethereum with your crypto. I will keep reiterating that over and over on my channel. And if you enjoy that, please remember to subscribe to the channel. If you are part of the 47% that are watching this video and are not yet subscribed, I would really gratefully appreciate that, you blessed beautiful souls. Now, the Bitcoin dominance, as we can see here, is taking a much higher and a larger position of a drop. And I did bring this up with you guys the other day, that this purple box would probably become the next support line, but the green line is strong support and would probably be meeting up with this 200. We have broken the lower lows here. You can see that we're creating some sort of channel over here right now. We essentially, you can see this pattern over here. We broke this, boom, you can see that. We broke that over there, so we broke it over here, boom, crash. We broke it over here, boom, crash. Now we're going to start probably very likely building up again, because the RSI and the stochastic and the RSI are very much overbought, and it is time for us to catapult up to where we actually need to be on this beautiful Bitcoin price. Now, with that being said, the Dixie or the dollar, as you guys can see over here, this is on the daily time frame. You can see that we've gone up non-stop. But if I go and have a look here on the lower time frame, I want to show you guys that we are creating a triple top formation, 1, 2, and 3, right? Triple top formation, which Gareth Soloway likes to say, especially with the RSIs over here, could make this a massive pump. And are we getting ready to break out this level to come and push back up to the 103 level? Who knows? We shall see. But with the information that is coming out here in the crypto market, in the crypto space, let us go and have a look at the beautiful news that is happening out there in the crypto space, because actually what you're going to see here is a few different analogies that I've had to share with you guys. So if you believe that, of course, the Federal Reserve minutes were extremely hawkish, it looks like one more rate hike is on the table, possibly in November, while a few Fed officials move to no hikes. They are non-voting members. So as long as the FOMC stays hawkish, the dollar will stay strong and yields are likely to continue to grind higher. Next week, the Federal Reserve meets in Jackson Hole. There will be a ton of speeches by Fed presidents, and they will guide the market. The risks of raising until something breaks continues to grow. So, you know, he is being very clear about this, and he is basically saying that there is a lot of information that is telling us that the Fed will continue to be hawkish. Now, we can see that in the dollar chart, right? You can see that the dollar is continuing its momentum to the upside. And if we go and look at the weekly on the weekly is still pushing up, okay? So if the dollar is still pushing up, okay, we are at resistance now. But if we don't get through this here on the dollar, then it's unlikely that the dollar will continue, because we are creating lower highs and lower lows, okay? So the dollar for me should be coming down, but let's go and see what happens in the market. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and check this beautiful article out here from iBank Coin, a reliable source, where the Fed minutes summary basically says, FU, right? So let's go and have a look at this right here, right now.
Details for those minutes. Steve, what you got?
Courtney, the minutes from the Fed's most recent meeting show that the most of the participants in the meeting still saw significant upside risk to inflation that could require further tightening. So at least in that one statement there, a pretty hawkish outlook there from the Federal Reserve. But hold on before you make your immediate trades, because these minutes are a mishmash of different points of view. Some of the top line comments, some saw downside risk to the economy and upside risk to unemployment. So that kind of sort of works against that, but it's a smaller number than the most who were concerned about the upside risk. A number said risks were two-sided, and we learned for the first time in these minutes that a couple participants, apparently not voters, just people who were at the table there among the bank presidents, wanted to keep the rates unchanged. So they were not in favor they were not voters apparently, or if they were, they didn't vote. They didn't vote what they said their concern was, wanting to keep rates unchanged. Now, I'm going to give you some positive comments, and I'm going to offset those with negative or hawkish comments. On the positive, dovish side, some saw tentative signs inflation could be abating, including softening core goods prices. There were continuing signs of supply and demand in labor coming into better balance. Tighter financial conditions were expected to slow consumption, and a gradual slowing appeared to be in progress in the economy. That was back when they met in July. However, that has not been the case. So here are some of the negative hawkish comments that were there. They said real GDP had demonstrated resilience. That's been the case over the intermeeting period here, and the economy showing considerable momentum. Again, that's been the case. This group saw payroll and wage growth as still high, and several said significant disinflation had to become apparent in core services ex housing for the Fed to relax on the idea of raising rates in the future. There was a high degree of uncertainty over the effects of past hikes. And one other thing I want to leave you with is this notion here that says that below trend growth is needed to bring supply in line with demand. We have not, Tyler, as you know from our discussion just an hour ago, had at least forecasts here for below trend growth. So that group in the Fed not getting what they want in terms of below trend growth.
All right, Steve.
Well, how crazy is that in that video, right? Thank you to iBank for sharing that as a reliable source, as they claim. So this is in alignment with what Gareth Soloway is saying. And basically, Gareth Soloway is talking about how the Fed is going to remain hawkish. Guys, if you're enjoying the content so far, of course, please like the video. That would be really appreciated. It helps the algorithm. And much love to you all. You guys can see I'm doing my research. I'm bringing together great content for you. Let us go and have a look at the exact reason why Bitcoin has been falling that I have been describing in my videos here. But we're going to have a look at another video right here, right now, and we'll see exactly what that particular video describes to us about why it's falling.
Risks.
We are seeing Bitcoin specifically under pressure today. Is that a direct correlation to the fact that you have Treasury yields, the 10-year testing October highs?
100%. Listen, we've come a long way this year in crypto and in Bitcoin. We had a lot of good things happen. A lot of good things get priced into the market. And one of the assumptions that risk assets keep making is that the Fed is going to finish hiking rates and then start cutting. And all of a sudden, with Japan hiking rates, their back end starts falling off. Our back end starts getting hit. And it's feeling like you're getting a washout of this bond market bubble. Maybe it's the start, maybe it's not. But that's got markets really scared. And I think you're going to see risk assets under pressure until you get some basing or bottoming of the bond market.
So how crazy is that, right? Because now, with that, the Kobisi letter just in, what are the odds of an additional rate hike this year rising to 39%, a 4-week high after Fed minutes? In the minutes, officials felt the potential need for higher rates still exists, so they're still hawkish. There's now a 3.6% chance of 2 more 25 basis point hikes, okay? As you can see here, this is the meeting probabilities. So basically, by the 20th of September is where they're saying that there might be another hike. And then the last one here, the last 2 more, 11th of November and 12th of December. So basically, that's where people are thinking that the hikes are going to remain the same. Now, very, very interesting, right? I want to go and show you if you believe what the Federal Reserve is doing is going to be crazy, because even if they continue to raise interest rates and rate the hikes, increase rate hikes, that is okay. Why is that? Well, I say that because when Bitcoin actually did this incredible move when they started to put the money printers on, let's go and have a look at this nice clean chart. When they started to put the money printers on, right, didn't Bitcoin go from 6,000 down here, from 6,000 all the way up to 70,000, right? So that's a huge increase. You would agree with that? Please let me know down in the comments below if you would agree with that, my beautiful community. Guys, this is the craziest part of this entire video now. So I hope you have enjoyed and I hope you have been watching right to the very end, because I still have a little bit more to show you. I got one more, maybe 2 more videos to show you. very short videos, and I'm going to show you if you should be selling or accumulating at this point right now. No financial advice, but when the bears are pushing the market down, this is the best time to be accumulating. My personal view, my personal impact, and this is where, of course, the likes of billionaires like Warren Buffett and other billionaires actually accumulate risk on assets, excuse me, in times like these. When markets fall, this is the best time to accumulate. So are you going to sell your crypto to BlackRock, to Invesco, to all of these institutions that are trying to take your crypto? Are you going to sell your crypto to them? Or are you going to take the white powder that you have been leaving on the sidelines, waiting for this exact moment to buy while crypto is down, guys? Huge opportunity right now. And crypto fell 15%, right? So why would you not buy at a 15% discount, okay, and just dollar cost average into your positions? Now, with that being said, I want to go and show you, as I said, the last two videos here, because if you don't believe that institutions are coming in, I want to tell you something very much so before I move on. That JP Morgan back in 2017 basically said, no, we're not going to touch this. We're not going to buy any Bitcoin, blah. And on the exact same weekend that they were announcing publicly live that they would not buy Bitcoin, okay, they bought Bitcoin on the weekend. They were the largest buyers of Bitcoin on that weekend themselves, or the institution. So what does that tell us? Is that they're lying to us in public by speaking out specific words and doing something else in the back. So are they to be trusted? Let me know down below. Do you trust them or do you not trust them? Okay, because actually this is going to show us whether or not we should or shouldn't be trusting them. So this is a beautiful interview from Caitlin Long and basically Custodia Bank launches. So let's go and have a look at this and what this is about.
Given the regulatory climate, what does this next step mean to you? And what battles do you anticipate facing as you move forward?
Well, the great thing is that the U.S. states can move forward, as I was alluding. Both New York and Wyoming are moving forward. We learned through the grapevine that the Fed did object to PayPal issuing its stablecoin, but New York approved it. And as you saw, PayPal and Paxos announced it. Congratulations to them. They're off to the races. So same thing with Custodia. We're off to the races with US dollars and money market fund services, and imminently Bitcoin custody as soon as we get the final regulatory approval. And we're not, to be clear, launched in all states, not licensed in all states yet, but we're ready for the next bull market. That's the punchline, ready to scale into that with both US dollar services, money market fund services, and then fingers crossed, Bitcoin custody soon.
Do you have a
Crazy. Bitcoin custodial services at Custodia Bank. Guys, if you do not believe that crypto adoption is here and crypto is about to literally tsunami the entire flat plains of the wonderful world, well, then you are mistaken. And I can tell you something right now, that this is between now and the Bitcoin halving in the next 6 months are going to be the time that you have the opportunity to accumulate. I will continuously be bringing out crazy videos like this for you, because videos like this make sure that you get the best content possible on the entire internet. So thank you for being here with me on the beautiful Crypto Bliss show. I really do appreciate every single one of you beautiful souls, and I absolutely love all of you. To those 47% of the viewers that are watching my channel and are not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. That would be really appreciated. And make sure to hit the thumbs up on the video, you beautiful Cryptopians. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. And I'm going to leave you with this video right here. But before I do that, make sure to go down below in the description and hit my Bitflex and my Bybit links down below so that you guys can trade these awesome cryptocurrencies with me this week, because I'm in a huge Bitcoin long position and I'm about to load up on some more, because this is what I've showed you right here in this video, okay? I showed you that we are very oversold on the RSI and the stochastic RSIs. We are at a support level. We are at a higher low position, and we're below the 200 EMA, which is like an a bone arrow being pulled back and ready to be catapulted. So guys, make sure to not miss out on these trades. Hit my Bybit and Bitflix links down below.